Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel for that matter. If you are brand new here, I just want to thank you for taking your own time out to check out this movie review. Where today, firstly, I've got to give a big thank you to the awesome people over at Shudder for giving me an early screener to a movie that is going to be premiering on their platform in around the beginning or middle of March time. I wasn't given a specific date, and it's a movie called The Scary of 60 First, which I'd never heard of previously, but I believe that this has been shown in film festivals and has had a lot of hype around it, and a lot of people have wanted to check out this movie. So I was very intrigued when I heard about that alone. And it is a movie directed by Dasha Nekrasova, if I've pronounced that correctly, and she does also star in this movie as a character called The Girl, and it's essentially around two roommates move into this apartment based in around the Manhattan area, and they find out that this harbours a very dark secret. So I just want to give a shout out firstly to the two cast members that are the main two ladies leading the forefront of this movie, and that is Betsey Brown and Madeline Quinn, who play Noelle and Addie. So these are two friends who move into this apartment. Now, going to be completely honest with you, I need to talk about spoilers as such in terms of the plot line to basically give you my review for this movie. So if you don't want to know anything about it whatsoever, then maybe tune back into it, but I have to give spoilers in terms of the plot line. So going into this, I knew the premise was about two friends that move into this apartment and harbouring this dark secret. I was like, right, cool, I'm on board for that. The cinematography was presented in such a unique way in terms of it was set in a little bit of an older time, but it also had this kind of like artsy, grimy, different sort of style to the cinematography. So at first, when the first shot came on screen, I was like, okay, cool, I'm on board for this. It had some music to it as well with the accompanying score that I thought, okay, this is kind of like creepy, sinister, murky kind of music. And again, I'm on board. I'm open to any kind of movie, and especially when a movie I've never even heard of is trying a different style, I can certainly appreciate those efforts by Dasha Nekrasova, for sure, and I can certainly compliment that about this movie. So the plot and kind of premise where I can't really get on board with, and why this movie fails me, and I was kind of left annoyed and frustrated, and I appreciate I may have not been the target audience for this, and there's certainly going to be people maybe watching this review or watching this movie that is maybe the target audience and is going to really love this movie, and if you do, that's fair enough. I'm not here to say to you, don't check out this movie. I'm just here to give you my own personal opinion. So this harbouring dark secret that is lurking in this apartment is all related to Jeffrey Epstein. And when that happened and when that came on screen, I was like, wow, I did not see that coming. So that was definitely, again, another prop in terms of a surprise. I didn't know that Jeffrey Epstein was going to be referenced in this movie, and I didn't know that Ghislaine Maxwell was also going to be as a doppelganger in this movie. So I was just kind of blown away, and I still am, because I believe this is kind of like a social commentary piece that has also been done previously by works of Dasha Nekrasova, who has purposely done work before on this subject matter. So again, it's certainly going to be a matter and a movie that is maybe going to be more relevant, I guess, to certain audience, and a very particular audience, if that as well. Now, I don't fall in that category. By all means, I've certainly seen some Jeffrey Epstein documentaries, and it just really takes a dark turn pretty quick. So it's definitely dark horror, because our main character of Addie, she's kind of this very sex crazed character, and when this dark secret happens in the apartment, she's kind of possessed by like a supernatural demonic essence, and again, it kind of leans into this sexual addiction that she's got. And Noelle is kind of like a shyer character, kind of a bit more reserved and to their own. And when they meet this character, the girl, played by Dasha Nekrasova, they both go on this hunt to really unravel and really fall down the rabbit hole in trying to find out this mystery about Jeffrey Epstein, the murder, etc. Which is just crazy, because what this film is completely batshit bonkers crazy. That's the perfect way I can describe this movie, and I couldn't buy into it, because the reason is Noelle and this girl comes in and essentially says that she is to do with like retail and marketing, or a property agent, I don't know, something along those lines, to get into this apartment. She throws up And then she tells Noelle that there was this dark secret. And all of a sudden, there's loads of books everywhere about Jeffrey Epstein. There's loads of books everywhere about research. They start doing research and then they hit it off romantically immediately. And I'm like, you don't know this person. It just happened so quick. I couldn't buy into it whatsoever. And then Addie's character, there's definitely some questionable stuff that they do where I was like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? I generally can't really comment about it because it's tough to comment about the movie. And I don't want to say to you guys, don't check out this movie because this might interest a lot of people for sure. But for me, it didn't. And unfortunately, I have to admit, on my own personal opinion, it's one of the worst movies I've seen this year. Let me put it that way. Again, I've admired and really give props to where I did before. And I will also give props to some of the blood and kills that happen in here because it's very bloody and graphic at times. And I can't just say it had nothing going for it because it certainly did. But what I will say and wrap this up is it has a very particular audience and I feel like it will have a particular audience. And I would say if you have Shudder and you are into very dark horror or you're very open-minded in general about horror and you are after something completely batshit different, crazy, and also a social commentary piece, then this might be for you. So my score for the scary of 61st is... So if you've enjoyed this review, please give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And until the next time that I see you, I'll be seeing you later.